here at the Caledonia Stormwater Pond, which is right behind me. So we're here today planting trees to help the environment and the wildlife in this area. So we've planted roughly 150 white spruce and white pine.
I'm Shauna. I'm with ACAP Saint John and I'm the Conservation Coordinator.
I'm Jamie Lynn. I am the Climate Change Coordinator at ACAP Saint John.
I'm Rahil Zubairi. I have about 10 years of work experience in the environmental industry as a project manager. Caledonia Brook Stormwater Detention Pond is located in Milledgeville, Saint John, New Brunswick. A local environmental consultant, ACAP Saint John, organized a tree planting activity here in the pandemic's yellow phase. The participants of the event strictly followed all yellow phase protocols. The organizers arranged sanitized hand showers to maintain social distancing. They laid the plants at the designated planting locations before volunteers arrived at the site. Tree planting strategies generally address three basic objectives. Number one, maintaining a high rate of sustainability of vital functions and sufficient physical growth. Number two, increasing the aesthetic value of the area. And number three, maximizing the environmental benefits. The long-term success of tree planting could be increased by carefully selecting plant species adapted to local environmental conditions.
A couple of years ago, we started this project where we planted close to 150 trees around the area, around this stormwater pond. And we thought it would be great for the environment and for the animals, although the deer around here actually ate most of them.
So there's some white spruce and there's also white pine, and there's about 20 volunteers out today with ACAP to plant these around this waterway here in this neighborhood. There you go.
This is how we do this job. I team up with Evan and together we planted approximately 15 to 20 trees. Evan, who is a senior environmental professional, guided us on how to plant a tree correctly.
Sure. Well, it's good to get a hole that's a little bit bigger than the tree. The trees are quite small, so it doesn't have to be too deep.
Right.
But then at the bottom of the hole, dig around in the bottom so it makes the soil loose, so the roots can get better penetration into the soil. And then after that, it's pretty simple to just place the tree in the hole, put the loose soil back in around it, and tamp it down.
Dig the soil already, and this is the plant, so we'll just put it here nicely, and after that it's a very easy job just to
There. Wow, so nice.
Yep. Two trees they're using here right now are white spruce and white pine, which are both trees that are native to this area.
Okay.
So they'll grow very well here. And the other thing about white spruce and white pine is the deer don't eat them.
Oh,
because it is very spiny.
that's very important.
yeah, because this is very spiny, and
Yeah.
they don't eat these plants.
That's right. So you remember it by spiny spruce.
Spiny spruce.
Spiny spruce, friendly fir. So a lot of native trees around here are balsam fir.
Yeah.
If you shake hands with a balsam fir, it's friendly. It doesn't poke you. But a spruce pokes you. So it's a spiny spruce and a friendly fir.
Great. The event provided an excellent networking opportunity to the environmental field professionals.
So we're here today planting trees to help the environment and the wildlife in this area. So we've planted roughly 150 white spruce and white pine in this area that will grow over the next few years to provide habitat for all the wildlife and also help to reduce pollutants and stormwater getting into our systems. So this particular tree planting, we had gotten some seedlings donated a couple of years ago that we planted at one of our board members have some property, so we planted them in a field and let them grow for a couple of years, and then so we dug them up on Friday to be planted here today.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Are you keeping all these kind of projects in any other areas as well?
So we do tree plantings all throughout the greater Saint John area every year. So we've done a lot of plantings along Marsh Creek, out in Taylor Brook in Rossay, and down in Spar Cove, which is in the Old North End, all this year.
And is this a good season for planting for these trees, or would there be a specific time for the planting? Is it a good time, or did you delay it due to COVID or some other reason?
No, we actually do the majority of our plantings in the fall, just so that they don't have to tolerate that really dry spell in the summer. So if you plant in the spring, then they are most likely to be susceptible to a drought because our summers are quite dry. So in order to save our basically manpower to water trees throughout the summer when we're planting, most years we plant anywhere between 500 and 1,000 trees. So it's a lot of watering if we do it in the spring. So we actually plant in the fall, which is a really good time because the trees have most of the time they've stopped their development in their leaves and their needles. So they're actually working on root development in the fall anyway, so it's a good time to put them in the ground because they're putting all their energy into their roots anyway.
Okay, and my final question, when would be the next event of this kind?
That's a great question. We haven't done too many volunteer events this year just because of COVID, and we chose this one because we could cap the numbers and we have this giant space that we can really get people out. A lot of our plantings this year have been in tighter quarters, so we've done them ourselves. So I don't actually know when our next volunteer event will be, but hopefully soon.
Very good. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
Well, there are various reasons people choose to volunteer. For me, giving something back to the community is a chance. See you next time.